I'm Lada from Astrology.com, and today I'm going to explain to you one of the most important times of life, Jupiter return, which happens once every 12 years, what it means. And you can find out if you have if you have your Jupiter return within the next 3 years from my birth chart calculator at Astrology.com, for which I'm putting a link here. And before I start telling you what a Jupiter return is, I want you to explain to you where I'm shooting from. We are in one magical, mystical and mysterious place. It's called the Seven Rila Lakes in Bulgaria. And this is the place where 4,000 years ago Orpheus started a mystery school where he was teaching his students about the universe, about God, about music, about culture and science. And 4,000 years later, about 100 years ago, the teacher, being Saduno, started another mystery school here of the White Brotherhood, where he taught people how to experience unity with the universe, how to experience God, how to experience unity with nature, and how the new humanity should live, the humanity during the Aquarian age. But anyway, that's why I chose this place particularly for the video of Jupiter return, because Jupiter is the most spiritual planet. Jupiter is the planet of meaning, of spirituality, of higher purpose. This is the planet which gives most joy and happiness coming from wisdom to a human being. And when you have your Jupiter return once every 12 years, what happens is that basically it lasts for about 1 year, the whole process of your Jupiter return. Around the date of your Jupiter return, it lasts for about 1 year. And during this year, when you're having your Jupiter return, what happens is that a person usually finds new meaning in their life. Something appears in their life, whether it's material, whether it's spiritual. Sometimes it's usually some new belief system, some new meaning about their life, which gives more hope to them, which makes their life more meaningful for the next 12 years. Whatever appears in your life during your Jupiter return, this thing will be a source of joy and the source of abundance for the next 12 years. Jupiter rules some of the best things in life, and you have to watch out what comes into your life. For instance, when I had my Jupiter return, and Jupiter is in my 8th house of occult knowledge, when I had it, I discovered astrology, and 10 years since, this astrology has been my biggest source of joy and happiness. But let's say if you have Jupiter in your 2nd house, because if Jupiter is in different houses, you need to have a little bit more knowledge of astrology to know where Jupiter is. But say if you have your Jupiter in your 2nd house and you're having your Jupiter return, it's very likely that you're going to discover some new material, financial resources which are going to be a source of abundance for you, or a source of bringing you some kind of wealth and some kind of meaning for the next 12 years. Or if Jupiter is in your 3rd house, you might find some new contacts, some new associates and teammates, or some new interesting hobby or skill, because 3rd house rules skills and hobbies, which you're going to use for the next 12 years, and there's going to be a great sense of happiness. Maybe some new business based on some skills and information and knowledge that you can start. If Jupiter is in your 4th house, maybe a new member can come into your family that will be a source of happiness for the next 12 years. Or maybe you can start family, or maybe you can build a home or a house. Or maybe you can buy a piece of land that is a source of happiness for you. Or if Jupiter is in your 5th house, maybe a child comes into your life that will be for the next 12 years a source of happiness for you and abundance, and which will give more meaning to your life, or some kind of creative projects that you'll start, or love affair, because 5th house rules all of these things, which can be a source of happiness and meaning, or which can deepen your philosophical understanding about life and give you widen your perspective about life for 12 years ahead. Or if your Jupiter is in your 6th house, it might be if Jupiter is in your 6th house, it might be some kind of a work or some kind of a duty that you have, or maybe some health regime or some new regime in your life that you do, some practical undertaking, maybe connected to work, maybe connected to something financial, because the 6th house is also financial, which will be a source of joy and abundance for you again. And 6th house rules the health, so maybe very likely some new kind of a health regime or lifestyle which brings you meaning and which brings you more health and abundance overall. Jupiter in your 7th house, maybe all of a sudden you rediscover sex with your partner, more intimacy, or maybe you meet a partner who brings more meaning into your life, or maybe finally your relationship will become more intimate, more bonded. Or if Jupiter is in your 8th house, maybe you'll discover some occult science or knowledge which brings you joy and abundance, like I discovered astrology, or maybe you can find a resource, other people's resources. Maybe your husband or partner or business partner can become a source of more abundance for you, whatever, maybe some kind of resources that attract other people's skills or resources you can attract if Jupiter is in the 8th house, which is a source of abundance for you in the next 12 years as well. Or if Jupiter is in the 9th house, usually you can gain some guru, some teacher, some mentor who puts you on the right path. You can gain more wisdom, more knowledge, which gives you inner joy, which gives you inner peace. You can find a new belief system which makes you much more inspired. 9th house rules all those things. So if Jupiter is in your 10th house, maybe something material, career, new responsibilities in life, new projects in life, which make you feel more new social status, which brings you more enlightenment. And sometimes, even if it's hard at the beginning, it brings some source of joy within the next 12 years and enlightenment. Or 11th house, you can find a new community or a new project to work for community, or a new social circle, or new financial gains, or new goals in life, because 11th house rules all those things which bring more meaning and joy into your life and abundance for the next 12 years. Or if Jupiter is in your 12th house, 12th house is meditation, recreation, foreign countries. You might find a foreign country that becomes a source of joy for you. Or you might find some spiritual practice that become a source of joy for you. Or maybe you might find some deeper meaning, that becomes a source of joy for you. Jupiter in the 1st house, some new knowledge, some new information, you gain some new strength in yourself, and you see yourself in different light, which brings you more abundance and opens your consciousness and mind. And so this is, just watch out what is happening throughout the year when you're having your Jupiter return. The things that you attract, usually this will be the happiest. The thing that you attract right now during your Jupiter return will be the things that will bring you most joy. This is as good as it's going to get. And someone who doesn't have a very good Jupiter might not attract the easiest and most pleasant things, So some people are not, I'm not saying everyone is doomed. Everyone has different sources of joy in their life, but usually you see what this biggest, most important source of joy will be for your life when you're having your Jupiter return. Pay attention 6 months before your Jupiter return, 6 months after your Jupiter return. What is happening in your life? Because the new things that come to you, the new knowledge, the new information, the new people, whatever relationships, these can basically widen your perspective. This can put you on a new path in life, bring you new meaning, higher understanding, and which lead you to closer connection with your purpose in life. They can put you on a dharmic path, because Jupiter rules the Dharma. What is meant for you? What will give you real joy? For instance, if you're a gardener and you're working there, but your Dharma is to be a banker, until you become a banker, you're not going to be happy. You're not going to be truly joyful. Or if you're a big CEO, but your Dharma is to be a housewife, until you become a housewife, you're not going to discover your true joy, because Dharma is what your soul wants, what the higher plan for you was. And when you follow this higher plan, this is when joy comes. And usually when you have the Jupiter return, these are the moments when a person aligns somehow with their higher path, with the path of their soul, with what the higher soul and God wants for them. And just before we went, I want to tell you something about this lake behind me. It's called the kidney because it's in the shape of a kidney, if you look at it from above. And Master Bean Saduno said 100 years ago that there was an entrance, invisible entrance to Agartha here. And Agartha is the other dimensional, maybe some of you know what it is. Agartha is the place where the adepts, the highly evolved adepts live. It's a different vibrationally. Only few select people can see it who have open chakras. And many of the students of Master Bean Saduno have seen the entrance to Agartha. So this is such a magical place here, such a rare place. There are a few entrances to Agartha, and this is one of those places. So I just want you to to see, to feel the energy here. I know there are a lot of tourists now, but the vibration is so strong. Many people get headaches here if they're negative, if they're having negative predisposition, or if there is, and the headaches is basically not everyone can stand here for too long because the energy is so intense. And you need to kind of be pure before you come here if you want to stay for longer periods. So thank you so much. This is your Jupiter return, your video. Again, I repeat, you can find out if you have Jupiter return within the next 3 years for my birth chart calculator at Astrology. When you scroll down and you see the transits for the next 3 years, and if you see Jupiter return, this is, you have it. Thank you. And now I hope you enjoyed the view for a bit. It's beautiful.
Is he doing 360?
Yeah.
We're gonna take that whole video, not edit anything else.
Nope. Okay. Everything.
That sucks.
No, that's more natural.
But like, well, the fact was that something.
Си успели. Але върви, работи ли се?